whether moving troops to war or water to disaster zones. The mighty C-17 Globemaster III is America's airlifter, able to lift 500,000 pounds into the air and carry it across oceans. This is Joint Base Charleston, South Carolina, home to 57 of these megajets. But building this wonder of aviation is no easy process. It takes a huge factory to make America's Globemaster III. We'll take you behind the football field-sized doors, inside, for a rare look at an extreme factory building military might. It stands 5 stories tall and has a maximum takeoff weight of 585,000 pounds, a wingspan of 170 feet, and more horsepower than 5 times the entire Indianapolis 500 lineup. Boeing's C-17 Globemaster III was born a McDonnell Douglas aircraft in this giant mega factory located in Long Beach, California, back in 1993, before the two companies merged in 1997. Building this mammoth aircraft starts right here, with raw materials and parts produced around the nation and shipped here to Long Beach. Putting it together takes teamwork, lots of teamwork.
It's very complicated, but with years of experience, you learn. You live and learn, and with a good group of people around helping you.
Huge planes make for huge parts. Look at the size of this wing strut. It takes people power to put hundreds of rivets into these metal frames. This is nothing new to Boeing, who helped the United States win World War II by employing thousands of people to build hundreds of planes, many of which were women. They were tagged Rosie the Riveters, made famous by this historic picture. 92-year-old Eleanor Otto is one of the original Rosie the Riveters, still working today, but not on a B-17. She's working on the C-17.
I went to work during the war in 1943 for 2 years until the war ended in 1945. I was structural mechanic. I like to keep busy physically. I worked in the office, I got bored. I like to move around.
This extreme C-17 factory is big. So big, employees use bikes and golf carts just to get around. As parts are built and assembled, the aircraft pieces start to grow in size. Each section is meticulously put together, and even in parts, the plane starts to show its enormous size. Up next, on the special edition of Troop Talk, Extreme C-17 Factory, putting together one of the largest wings in the sky. The C-17, one of the largest planes ever built and the backbone of America's global reach. But building it takes time and space. Lots of space. This Extreme C-17 factory has to house all the parts that come together to create this giant airlifter. No plane can fly without a wing. Building this wing is no small job. The wing itself is around 170 feet long and houses the fuel tank in the middle while carrying the massive jet engines that gives the plane its power. It takes special care to put all these moving parts together.
I build the wing. I'm the team leader of intake seal and pylons. And the pylons is what holds the engine. And I do a lot of intake work sealing. That's what I do. It's very complicated, but with years of experience, you learn.
Hundreds of miles of cable come together to work the hydraulics, which move the control surfaces like the ailerons, which turn the plane, and the flaps that slow it down.
My team is responsible for the control surfaces, hydro, electrical on the rear spar of the wing. We're in the final stages of the wing just before it goes out the door. I'm doing a little bench work today, so I'm doing an electrical standoff clip for the hydraulics.
As the wing is being completed, other parts of the aircraft are slowly and carefully coming together, like the floor, built upside down with the help of another mega machine.
This machine drills all the tie-down holes that the tie-downs are connected to. They're a 500 hole. They take titanium bolts to hold them in. All the cargo is strapped to these holes and these bolts. This machine drills 12 of those holes at one time. And here's the holes he's drilling. Anybody familiar with a C-17 will recognize that right off the bat. There'll be a tie-down in there, titanium tie-down and ring.
Over time, the plane moves into different positions on the factory floor. With each position comes new parts, slowly bringing the giant plane to life.
This is where we actually mate the aircraft. The nose, the center section, the wing, and the aft section. And we do our major, what we call the major installation right here. In this position, once we're finished, it's actually on its own weight. We load the gear in this position. And at that time, when we're finished, we're actually on our own weight and moving up to position 7. We actually put the landing gear on. As you can see, here it is. Here, there's a cutout. We can move the gear in, and there's a little nodule out right here in this area that we're able to slide the gear in sideways, and then we're able to move it into position onto the aircraft at that point.
No plane can fly without a cockpit and instruments. The mighty C-17 is no different. Up next, putting together one of the most sophisticated cockpits in the world and adding some awesome horsepower as Extreme C-17 Factory continues. Like all aircraft, the cockpit is the nerve center, where the pilots put their skill to work and the instruments give the plane life. Building the cockpit of a megajet like the Boeing C-17 is tough work by some pretty tough people.
This is called the pedestal. And this is the pilot side, and that's the co-pilot side. And this is where the loadmaster sits. See the avionics boxes. This is what the crew I work on installs.
Good.
That was gonna be my question.
No, that's right.
Paradigm.
That's right.
It looks like two's coming in.
The box doesn't
Aero
know.
modes.
27.905, 127.95, good day.
127.95.
And these are display, control display, or flight control displays. We put these in and do all the final testing.
The entire build process takes 252 days, and the Boeing team produces 10 of these megaplanes a year. Big work in a big factory by dedicated people.
Well, I love building it. It's exciting knowing that we're helping the U.S. Air Force achieve their goals and supporting our troops. And I never served in the military, my brother served, but so this is my service to the United States, and I'm proud to do it.
And not just here, but spread out across the country.
We have a workforce of well over 3,000 people, supply chain of over 650, and it's within 42 states of the United States. We do have some international countries that provide parts as well. So overall, it's been a very, very successful program, and our products that we provide to our customers have been exceptional with great product and great quality.
And how do you lift 500,000 pounds of aircraft into the sky? Thrust. Lots of thrust. 4 Pratt & Whitney F-117 100 turbofan engines are in position to mate with the aircraft. Each has 40,000 pounds of thrust. In this position, the jet is coming together and taking shape. This plane combines the best of 2 different types of aircraft to give the Air Force dual airlift capabilities.
It does both the outsize heavy lift over intercontinental distances that the C-5 does, but it also lands directly at the point of need, even on an unprepared surface, like the C-130 did in the tactical or theater airlift role. So the C-17 is truly the marriage of 2 really great capabilities in one airplane.
Coming up, we'll take a look at those capabilities and see just what this megaplane can do. Then, the finishing touches and delivery day as Extreme C-17 Factory continues. For the past 20 years, whether in daylight operations or under the cover of darkness, the 250,000-pound Globemaster delivers. And it delivers just about anything needed for the troops. Able to take off in short distances and land and stop within 1,500 feet. Also able to back up under its own power. The C-17, a mighty plane for a mighty Air Force. Meanwhile, back in Long Beach,
first thing we do when we get to this position is we stab our vertical. The next item is we do a little bit of structure work as well, and then we install all the blankets inside the aft section. Then we're followed up with hydraulics and electrical work. And when all that is complete, we send the finished product over to final assembly.
once the aircraft is all assembled, it's rolled out onto the tarmac for some finishing touches and flight tests to assure quality on delivery day. For the people who work at this Extreme C-17 factory in Long Beach, California, delivery day is always a proud day. Bob Ciesla, the C-17 program manager, gets to hand over the key on behalf of the hundreds of people who built the $200 million aircraft to their customer, the United States Air Force, and Team Charleston, where this plane will live a long life, keeping America strong and mobile around the world.
Our customers have been fantastic. The United States Air Force has been our main customer, but lately we've been selling a lot to our international customers as well, international partners.
Once the aircraft is delivered to the Air Force, it's flown for the first time to its new home, in this case, Joint Base Charleston, South Carolina, to an awaiting crowd of military and civilian alike. Major General Rob Kane and a crew from the 315th Airlift Wing glide the massive jet onto the runway for the first time at its new home. taxiing a 5-story tall airlifter with a half a football field size wingspan takes great care and precision. Members of both the 315th and 437th Airlift Wings, who will operate the jet, gather inside as General Kane prepares to hand over the Globemaster to the 315th Airlift Wing Commander, Colonel Steve Chapman.
This is absolutely a great airplane, and we had a great experience out at Long Beach. The guys showed me through their plant, and all I can say is that this thing is no longer an airplane to those guys out at Long Beach. This is a labor of love. And what I also saw from the crew is that flying this thing is a labor of love. And when you put those two things together, the passion that the guys that build it, and the guys that fly it, and the guys that maintain it, you put that together, and what you have in the C-17 fleet is an absolute national treasure.
From raw materials built around the country, to Long Beach, where it all comes together, to delivery at its first base. And on the tail sits proudly an American flag, signifying freedom to all who see it. And finally, on to the mission.
Visual landing crew. FQ. Final complete. Spoilers. Good land. 200. Green Golf Hammerhead. Departure to the east VFR.
South 23 runs against the heavy C-17 in the sight.
Alright. 50 feet. Power.
23 runs.
There we go.
Requested to the east. The wind's estimated cop.
Good spoilers. See through. Keep your hand on that stick.
South 23 crossway turbulence on that heavy C-17.
Alright. You are 2 Roger. Slide this out.